Okay, welcome back you guys to the channel. This morning I am first sharpening my pencil. Today we're doing a warm-up, of course. It is Tuesday. I've had a couple of you guys ask me about Inktober. I don't know. I did Inktober a couple of years ago. We'll see. We'll see. Not really sure if I'm going to do that yet because I want to make sure and give it my all. So today I'm just going to be doing a really quick warm-up of a pirate character. You guys know that I love my pirates. I love my pirates. I'm not going to get too detailed on this one today. Just trying to, again, do a little warm-up action. But you know how that goes. We always like, I'm not going to do anything major. But then, 6 to 10 hours later, you're like, it was just a warm-up. You're full of crap, matey. Anyway, so you guys noticed that I started out with my circle, of course. We have different shapes in the world, but excuse me, allergies. Goodness gracious me, allergies. We all really or at least I do. I gravitate towards the circle because I can add on to it like the Michelin Man, right? So if I add on to this, let's say I add a bean onto this, right? And that's a nice bean shape. So I've got a circle and a bean, and then I've got another bean right here, right? And I got some other beans, or some floppy socks, right? Maybe another bean right here. So what that basically does is it helps you understand form, right? I do these shapes because they're easy to draw, they're easy for me to understand form, help me point out form, and whenever I'm using a light source, it really helps me go back to this shape right here whenever I was doing, simple light source studies and how that works. So use your shapes. Use your shapes. A lot of budding artists and beginning artists really, I think, do themselves a disservice whenever they start getting into details too fast. Just have some fun, man. Have some fun, right? So yesterday, I had to do 3D sculpting all day. I say that with not a degree of disdain because I like doing 3D sculpting. It just utilizes a different set of brain muscles and eye muscles and thought muscles that I'm not so used to using. This isn't high enough. And whenever I start doing 3D sculpting, I have to literally kind of switch gears in my brain. And a lot of times that takes time. This nose isn't long enough. See, talking to you, this is what happens. I start talking to you and I start explaining stuff and I get off. Okay, so I want his forehead to come down like that. Okay. That hat wraps around because there's hair coming out. Here we go. Here's his nose. Comes here. Right. And nostrils like this. I can see a little bit into his nose. I was watching TV the other night. I forget what show I was watching. And there's this woman on there. And we all, there's all different types of body types out there, right? And I'm not going to put down on any particular body type, but I noticed immediately that her nose was turned upward, and the top of her nose was the butt of her nose, like right here, and I could see all the way into her nostrils. It was a different thing to see, I always try to pay attention to those little things. Here nose. Come up here. You've got this brow that comes up here. That hat's a little bit too far forward, so we're going to have that come around here. Alright, come up here, comes across like that. And then you've got this wily eyebrow that comes like this. Right? And then maybe I've got an eye patch coming around here. So what I'm doing right now is I'm not really liking how things are turning out. So I'm going to go back to my basics. I'm going to go back to defining where certain things that I know are. Like here's the top bridge of his nose. Maybe he's had his nose broken a couple times, so it's kind of swollen right here. Comes here and then it goes down, since that's a plane. Right? And then his nose comes here, down. There we go. And then it comes here. Got some baggage that comes down. A little bit of shading. So now I'm going to bring this hat way over here. Maybe it comes down. So it goes here and it goes all the way out here. Right? Here. Even off the page slightly. Here. Got that brow again. I'm going to color that brow in just slightly. And here's the edge of the hat, and here's the outer edge of the hat. Maybe he's got a buckle or something on that side. Right? So then I come down and I'm going to start flushing in the bottom part. So I've got this cheekbone that comes out. So I'm going to come around here. I've got that other cheekbone right here. It's going to come in. Okay. I've got this shape for the mouth. Right? Got this skin fold that comes around here and maybe comes around like that. Okay. I got it itchy. I'm sorry. Alright. So I'm just blocking in my shapes right now. I'm not getting into any specific details. So his ear is going to be all the way back here. And it's typically, whenever you do portraits, you all, like I said before, we all have that. You need to remember that there is a measurement for the face. Like the very top of the ear typically is in line with the eye. So maybe that's over here, but you can't see it because of the hair. Get some of that. This needs to come out further. This comes around. And it kind of dips a little bit. And then it goes down. And then it's covered up by some hair over here. Comes around. Because remember the face, you have that other part over here. Right? The hat comes around, but you can't see it because of the hair. So here's the mouth. Top of the lips, come down. Maybe he's got a little grin. And I got this nostril here. So you got that plane underneath, right? And you've got this, like this. And I've got this crease that comes down, okay? So I'm gonna have that come up. And again, he's weathered. So I've got that lid this whole lid mass right here, right? He's gonna kind of look at you. He's got that pupil and iris. It comes around. There's that. He's got a little bit of a bandana that comes here. And again, that hat goes all the way off the page. I didn't plan that very well. Sorry about that. Here. My hand's falling asleep. Okay, so now I want that lip to come here. It goes out this way. So it goes this way, and then that lip comes under. So I've got a little bit of a divot. Comes here, and this is going to be this under this top lip. And then whenever it comes over here, it kind of disappears. I'm going to shadow this. Right? So then, I've got his teeth. And I'm not looking to do, you know, any specific teeth right now. I just want to have like a placeholder. So then, this bottom lip comes from here. Right? It comes here. And that line still continuing down the center of the face. Divots. A little bit of a thing right here. It comes here. And then, since this is, it goes, you know, it goes out, upper, down, bottom, or top lip, inner, and then it comes around right here. And then, right here is going to be where it's going to be the fattest. Okay? So that'll be the top, and then you've got this little indication, and it's all cracked from the sun, right? Might do ink on this one, I haven't decided yet. So then he's got a couple teeth right here, right here, and I'll color this in darker. Right, maybe he's missing a tooth. Right there, or a gold tooth, that would be cool. Okay, so now I want him to have an eye patch. So here, we'll do this, and that reach over. Don't know a lot about eye patches. See, I want that to come up here, and here's the other half of that eye patch right here. And it goes upward across his head. Just draw in the simple shape first. Right? And then I'll come back. Some of the details here. And he's got that wily eyebrows. His eyebrows are right here. Right? And it comes here. And I can't see most of it. Okay? And he's got some little tears and stuff in his... Oh, my hand's falling asleep. Probably because I'm pushing too hard. Okay, so I'll define this nose area a little bit better. Okay. He's got a couple scars here. Rawr. There's a big scar right there that he got whenever he was fighting the Kraken. Or he was dealing Kraken. And somebody cut his face. Shouldn't do crack. Say no to crack. In. Okay. So I've defined this cheekbone pretty good. I'm going to have some wrinkles coming up here. I'm going to have his hair. I think that's up a little bit too far. So that hat needs to come down. Because I want to see some hair. Right? And he's got a beard. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back here. I'm going to define his jaw, but I'm going to do it real light because that's going to be hidden by his beard. Because I want this line right here to come out in terms of his beard, right? This line, continuation of line, remember rhythm and flow. We're going to come here. We're going to have his beard, his goatee area, come like this. Because this line comes here. I want this defined, like that. Okay? So, we'll come here. me hearties. So I'm going to start defining these areas right here so I can work in the hair. So I drawn this line right here so you guys can understand that this goes in like this, right? It goes in like this, this comes out. So it goes out, in, and out. That crease right there. Okay. Here, chin goes here, jawline. Here, jawline, here. All this is hidden under his beard. But I still want to be able to know where it is, because whenever I go and I start putting in the hair, like I'm fixing to do, I want to make sure and not go too far. So here we go. It's kind of a scraggly beard, right? And he's going to tuck like this. Remember that eye comes around here. Here's your eye line, comes here. So here's the top of your ear. Comes here. Comes down because it's in line with your bottom of your nose, right? So then, gotta have an earring. Big earring. And this is, you know, they got hair that comes out here because he's got long hair. Anyway, so yeah, like I was saying before, before I got distracted with my drawing, been doing a lot of digital sculpting. See, I don't like this right here. I'm already feeling this is wrong. So, doing a lot of digital sculpting, and I enjoy doing it, but it's been so hard. Digital sculpting's hard for me. And that's probably why I've been doing so much of it. I'm okay at it, I think. You know, I've had a couple great successes in the professional field with it. You know, you guys know that I liked the new Halloween Horror Nights shorty piece. I liked it for like 12 hours in ZBrush. And, you know, again, it probably shouldn't have taken that long, but there are corrections and I had to go back and I had to do stuff because whenever you're working on licensed properties, a lot of times, you know, there's character models that you have to really adhere to, and there are a couple issues with it. So, here, we got that crease that comes up, that seam. Okay, we're going to turn our pencil on its side, give a little bit of shading value here. Comes here. And we got that dark. But I'm still working at that particular, you know, 3D sculpting. I'm sure eventually I'll get much better at it and much quicker. You know, it's just like anything. You got to practice. And boy, did I practice yesterday. I've got a big project due with digital sculpting. Actually, two big projects due with digital sculpting. And again, you know, trying to learn the best way of doing things. You know, I do know how to do a lot in the digital world, in digital sculpting and ZBrush. But the reality is there's so many different ways to do the same thing, and I haven't quite worked out which is the best way for me yet. So that being said, it takes me a little bit longer, but the thing is I like doing it. It just requires a little bit different set of muscles for me. Brain muscles, if you know what I mean. This, I've been doing it so long, I have a lot of muscle memory already in place. So it basically, I've already made the connection of my brain to my hand. And, you know, I'm sure if I was just coming in cold to the 3D sculpting world, it might be a little bit different. But since I do have the artistic base and understanding what 2D is, it's helped me a lot in 3D, in the 3D world. if you guys know what I'm saying. Okay, so this is where we are at right now. Kind of a traditional looking pirate portrait. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to start correcting some of my issues, because I got a lot of issues. I think we all got issues, don't we? I want to just start putting in some creases, right? And redefining some of those forms and some of those areas. Like this nostril I'm not too happy with. I need to make it a little bit bigger. Right? Maybe give a little shadow on the bottom. Maybe there's a shadow right here. Maybe he's got a big cut that comes like right there. Right? And this comes up and down a little bit more. There's that right there. I need to sharpen my pencil. So I'm trying to keep these around 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes. We'll see. Okay, so now, find that a little bit better. He's got a little buckle right here. Comes around, right, and it goes under his ear. So it kind of disappears into that hair right there. Here's his ear again. Here's that ear ring. Whoops. Bristol board's really hardy, but it does fill up. That means basically there will be a point where the paper will not accept any more medium, depending on what press it is. Hot press, cold press, depending on how, the weight of it, that all makes a difference, right? Okay, so here it comes like that. Because you can fill up the paper and you keep trying to cram stuff into it and it just doesn't go, right? It just sits on the top. That's why you draw light to begin with, and then you can keep pushing the material in to get what you want. You do it in layers, and a lot of times changing the direction of your shading will help as well. If your paper is not accepting anything, a really good example of this is if you guys were to, let's say, take a crayon and start cramming the pigment into the paper. Eventually it'll layer upon layer upon layer upon layer of itself, and then you're just actually drawing on the crayon material. You're not drawing on the paper anymore. So that's what I'm talking about here. There will be a point where I can't put anything else into this. Like right here, I start shading and I'm already shading on top of other material, and it's not going to work. That's why you have to be selective of how hard you push, if that makes any sense. So, yeah, I'm going to give some, I think my better half is home from the gym. I'll typically do a walk or a bike ride in the afternoon. I'm not much of a morning person. I like to get this done before anything else. So, anyway. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put you guys on time lapse, and maybe I'll do a little ink action and go from there. I got some creases up here, so yeah, it comes down, comes around. There we go. That's nice. Haha, cool. All right, enjoy the time lapse. Okay, so I decided not to go with ink. I just did a little bit more rendering. I don't really have the time today. So this is today's quick warm-up of a pirate. Hope you guys like the new videos, like the channel. Obviously, you know, we all say like and subscribe if you like what you see, and hit that notification bell whenever you want to know when new videos are posted. Obviously, I'm trying to grow the channel. Obviously, it's obvious. So help me grow the channel, you know, as best that I can. And who knows, you know, a year from now, we'll see where we're at. You know, for the longest time, I wanted the channel to be bigger, but then I got to thinking, you know, I don't want to be one of those YouTube flunkies. I'm still going to have my professional life. I'm still going to do that. I would just like to grow the channel a little bit more to reach a few more people and, you know, make a difference. So go out and draw something, make beauty, be inspired, do better things, do something for yourself every day, you know, go take a walk, go see a little beauty. There's too much crap. I took a week off from the news and man, it was awesome. Take a week off from the news, bro. It might help you. So that's it. We'll see you next time, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.